Hi, welcome to my tutorial on how to make a kill the noise, Skrillex, growling, dubstep type of bass sound. I'm going to be using Razor for this tutorial. Razor is what I use to achieve the sound, and this is what it sounds like. So this is the final patch right here. When it's all done, if you can just see this on the screen and copy it, that'd be great. You'd be all done. But I'm gonna walk through exactly how I achieved this through starting with the initial patch. So let me take off the overdrive. Should have taken that off before. Doesn't change much. So I started with formant wave. Let's turn off this filter for now. For the formant, take the formant down to -1. The select, which is really important in the type of sound that we're going for, take it down to 16. Make sure it's 16. Everything else you can probably tweak in this video or on the synth. But that one, the select of the formant, is what I felt, made the sound most vowely and like that and most distinct. So, but don't be afraid to mess with that one too. You'd probably get some cool results. Amp, color, color's fine. I just left it kind of neutral. This whole thing is kind of neutral. Feel free to tweak after there. I encourage you to do so because I'm gonna do some tweaks of my own for any time I use this for mine, and I'm sure it'll sound better. Select single trigger. Take the pitch down. Right now we have take the pitch down to just take it down an octave, -12. The glide is up to you. It doesn't really matter for just making this sound something you'll do afterwards on your own preference. It's a cool bass sound already, but we want to make it more vowely. So turn on the filter. First let's select vowel. Turn it on. I'm going to show you these settings kind of quickly. First of these three is I put on mid, second one O, third one A. Take the selector all the way down to the bottom. For the singer, just put it somewhere kind of neutral. It's where I had it for the sound that I showed you, 1.5. Slope, I also took that down to I think just 0. I think it's up a little bit. Not going to make a huge difference in your sound. That's something you should tweak afterwards to see how it changes. I could show you how it changes a little bit once we get to the end. The formant, really important. Let's take this down to -7. So now it sounds like this. Sounds much more vowel. You hear that the A kind of sound in there. So this selector moves through the vowel sounds, and if you change them, that's what's going to change the type of character vowel sound of your sound. So I'm going to keep them on the ones that I used for the one I just showed you in the beginning. I thought this sounded the most wowy, vowely, expressive, kind of typical. So that's that. We're gonna modulate this with an LFO, and same with the formant. We're gonna do the same LFO. So go down here to the LFO, take the speed. Oops, make sure you put it on beat. It's important if you want to go to the beat. Take the speed. I'm gonna make it all the way slow so we can hear it. Shape, leave it as a sine wave. So for this first one, select LFO1, so it's going to affect this. And I took it all the way up to the right, 100%. Also here, I'm going to LFO1 and take it down to the left to -17. Now it should do the wobble or the move through the formant and the vowels at that rate. Okay. Let's see here. So this, I feel this is what makes it go kind of like the pitch of the voice of the synth. So, and it's going up and down kind of through the pitch, if you will, with this LFO. So I thought 7 sounded good. You saw what just happened if I take it lower. You take it higher. It's like that. So you see why I think of it as like the pitch. I think that's a good spot for us right now. The more you change this, the lower and higher it'll go. I thought just a mild kind of change sounded just fine. Also really important to make it sound a lot better is we're gonna put the LFO2 on the pitch. Yeah, the second LFO, take it down to or change it to a rising saw. Take the speed all the way down so it'll do the same speed as long as you have it on beat as LFO1. Select right here on the pitch, LFO2, and then I took it up just a little bit, just I mean just a little bit compared to how much you can go. Yes, LFO2. I did 1.4 for the sound I showed, so that makes it sound, I feel, more human-y, more of a like it would be a real growl, because it goes up in pitch, which is normally how our voice moves. So that's the sound we have. I'm just going through a low D and an A, just in case you were wondering what pitch I was on. Also, something that makes it sound very nice is the safe bass. It's basically a sine wave or like a sub oscillator that will go below this oscillator and give you a lot of bass. The settings I have are amount all the way up. Bass level I took down from there. I think I just had it at 0. Slope, took it down to 50. Now let's turn it on. So you should be able to hear more bass in there, and since we're going for a bass sound, or since that's what I was going for, was I believe that makes it sound awesome. Really fills it out too, sounds much thicker. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the patch. That's all I did for the one that I showed you. So the things you can tweak to really make it sound unique to your likings are obviously the vowels. It'll give it, you know, a different kind of sound. Let's just experiment real quick. So you can see how that goes. Experiment with that. Do the depth of the LFO, you know, change the format. The select, you know, try messing with that too. Even though I found, I think it's on 16, to be pretty good for this type of vowel bassy sound that sounded most like those popular ones, like Kill the Noise and Skrillex. I think it sounds more like the sound that kill the noise uses in almost everything now. So besides this, I advise you to add plugins and effects which will really make it sound really good. This is kind of bare. If you think this sounds good, add on some effects, add some distortion. The phase distortion in Logic, I found usually makes it sound pretty gnarly, so experiment, and I think you'll find it sounding much better even from there. If you like this, then then hopefully you I think you'll be happy to find that even the fewest effects will make it sound much better. I just had an overdrive on here. So thank you for watching. That's about it. Please check out my Facebook, my SoundCloud, and stay around this YouTube page for more tutorials coming up. I will do all my tutorials in Logic, but I'll use different instruments, third-party instruments, also Logic instruments. I think I'm going to try to do a lot with the ES2, just because I know that that's something that, you know, a lot of people will have. You know, Razor is something that I know not a lot of people will have. If you have Logic and not a lot of plugins and instruments, you know, third-party instruments, you at least have the ones that come with Logic, the ES2 and stuff. So I hope that'll be helpful. That's kind of what I always looked for when I was starting out with watching synth tutorials on YouTube and stuff. So stick around. I'm going to put up more of those as often as I can. Also many more with the virtual instruments, different VSTs. So hopefully you have those, the ones that I choose on that day. So stick around. Thanks for watching. It's all QC Sound. SoundCloud is SoundCloud/QC Sound. Facebook/QC Sound. Except for YouTube is my name, Quinn Cooper Sound. All right, enjoy.